Okay, we're continuing with quotes from the Holy Grail of Wisdom Quotes by me, Pete Rogers, alphabetical order. The first guy is Larry McMurtry. The quote I got from him is, if you wait, the only thing that happens is you get older. And I think there's truth in that. You know, people say patience is a strength, but I would say if you're going to be patient, be working while you're patient. If you're trying to achieve anything, like a lot of people want to write a book, I would say just start and write the book. And the first draft is always going to stink, and then revise it, okay? Revise it again as many times as you need to, but write the first book. Even self-publish a piece of crap book, that's okay. You will learn from the whole process of it, and once you've done that, you'll make a bunch of mistakes, and then you'll learn from those mistakes. And a good thing to do is have it looked at by some friends. If you got somebody who'll be willing to read it for you, and then they're going to give you feedback, and you have to be willing to accept the fact they're going to insult you. You have to go through that phase of being insulted and mocked, because you'll learn from it. I had a bunch of lawyer friends read some of my early books, and they're like, look, you're screwing this up and this and this and this. Everything they said was true, and so I fixed it. And then I motivated me to learn about writing, and I learned a lot from that. Anyways, yeah, always you want to get going. Pick what you want to do and go. Pick what you want to do and go. It's better to start too soon and screw up than it is to not do anything, because otherwise the time just goes by and you get distracted into trivia. Okay, next guy, Larry McNerney. He was a writing professor, teacher at University of Chicago. He says the most important thing about your writing is to make it valuable to the reader. Do I have something to add that is of value to the reader? So you should make sure you've got that before you start. Once you know you've got something that's good, I make a little mind map. I put the most valuable thing or the key point of the book in the center, and then I put all the connecting stuff connected to it. You don't want to make an outline when you start, because it's too difficult to make an outline. You don't yet know what the optimal order is, but you do know everything you want to include. So you connect that like with little cartoon balloons. It's called a mind map, okay? And then you make sure you've researched each one of those things, you know them adequately, and then you can at least have an idea how the book's going to begin, how it's going to end, and then just start writing it. Ask yourself, what illustrations do I need? How many drawings do I need to make? Those sort of questions. Okay, so he says the key thing is you got some value that you can provide for the reader. And then decide what it is the readers want to learn, what they want to understand. Make sure they know it. You can explain that clearly. Then show them what your solution is. And that's how you know you've got something worth writing. If you can provide something to the reader that is valuable, that they want, and you think you can do it in a clear way that's better than what's already done, then go for it. And if you can't do that, then why write the book? Okay, the goal of your text should be for the reader to change what they think about the world or about that particular problem. A good opener is, you, reader, have a problem, I have the solution. Okay. Your first paragraph should give the reader some value that they know, like it could be a promise. I can tell you how to reverse congestive heart failure. Entertainment is good. Should be optimistic. Should be a promise of more good stuff to follow. The opening of an article should tell the reader what the question is or the problem, and that will be answered. You need to know your reader and what they value. Yeah, so you can give them what they want. You have to know what they want. Let's see. He said, good introductions are often like, most people think this, but in reality it's this. Language communication is about the relationship between the writer and the reader. The writer needs to keep in mind how the reader is experiencing the text. Yeah, I always think about the best rule for me, and I've read tons and stuff about writing, is I just talk like I'm talking to an intelligent friend. And when I talk to an intelligent friend, I call them because I got a good story, because I got a good idea, because I have a new theory or something, and I want to run it by them and see what they think. To discuss an interesting patient and get their insight. Maybe they can help me figure out what's the best way to describe it, or the most precise diagnosis is, what's the best treatment. Okay, next guy, Jeffrey McQuain, is another guy who writes about writing skills. He said, avoid meek speak. Power prose is better. And I've heard that from other places, and I know it's true. The audience wants a strong opinion. And if you don't have a strong opinion on it, then tell them the truth if you don't, but study it some more until you can have a more confident, stronger opinion on it. Power prose is better. Break any rule if more power results. Play with cliche. The aim of, you can often take a cliche and modify it, and that makes it into a joke. The aim of using short words is to sound conversational. Longer is rarely stronger. Keep words in conversational order. Suffixes suffocate. Prefixes are helpful. Yeah, in general, that is true. Euphemism is meek speak. Avoid euphemisms. The 3 points of power in a sentence are subject, verb, and object. Verb's most important. 2 strongest positions are first word and last word. If you want to add emphasis to something, put it as the first word or the last word. Okay, a positive outlook carries strength, whereas a negative outlook implies weakness. So be as upbeat and positive as possible. Exact parallelism produces power. Okay, it makes it good, like good alliteration does as well. Okay, and so anyways, so just a couple little tips on writing. That's all I got for today. Hope you found that helpful.